Don't
You see,
understand.
mutter some arcane words, and there's a flash, and you see a flash of silver across her eyes
She's casting True Sight.
as she looks.
Uh,
She's looking around, and she suddenly reaches out with one hand, gesturing in the direction of the elderly woman that you had seen earlier, who's sitting down. And as she reaches, you hear a squeal, a cry, like, "No!" Not from the woman, from thin air.
uh,
As Josephine is reaching out with one hand, and as I say, as Josephine is reaching out with one hand, you do the squeal of "No!" And then with a wave of her other hand, and you see a shimmer of magic coming out. You see appearing, floating in the middle of the air. You see a figure. All right, is a goblin.
He's about to be an ex-goblin if he doesn't give
So
me that letter
yes,
back.
appearing in front of you is a goblin. They're like, and you've seen him before. You've seen one or two before. Short creatures, like a little over a meter in height.
Oh, Sylvia's seen loads.
Sylvia, you've seen lots of goblins in the war. So short, about a meter tall, wearing a brilliantly vibrant blue, like royal blue jacket with red trim, a vibrant green waistcoat. Like goblins, like other fae, love bright colors. Crisp white linen shirts, short black trousers that come to the knee, and then white socks that come up, and brightly polished black shoes, wearing this kind of small, soft red woolen pointed conical cap over them. Young, kind of cherubic features, and the golden eyes that goblins have, almost cat-like eyes, that is common for them. And you can see in one hand he just reached for and plucked this cameo brooch from the old woman. She cries out, she's reserved, and she with quite impressive reflex, such an elderly woman, takes her cane and snaps it down onto his hand. She's like, "You beast! That was a gift from my husband." And the cameo brooch like drops from the creature. And, sorry, and he's looking
Gwyn
around.
conjures fireball. Like you're about to be cremated.
How close is Gwyn to Sylvia right
She's
now?
not thinking about anything.
Fireball or firebolt? Because you don't have fireball.
Firebolt.
Fireball is third level. You haven't gotten there yet.
Yes, I don't.
And I wouldn't recommend casting fireball in the enclosed space of a train.
Of a carriage.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Look, Gwyn is enraged, so you know.
She's like,
angry Gwyn.
Sylvia jumps away from Gwyn when she casts that because
you see Josephine's hands curl as if she's like squeezing at something, and you hear the goblin like squeak. He's like, no, I'm sorry. I'll merd. he's like, it looks like he's been
drop everything
crushed.
now.
No, he can't move. It's like he's being crushed by an invisible force. He's literally floating and being held in the air as she has a hand out, and she says to him, "Now, that was a particularly unpleasant thing to be doing. Seriously, who steals a toy from a babe? You will relieve yourself of the items that you have taken now, and if you do, I will be so kind as to..." And you see he kind of scours at her, and he do something, and you see his form shimmer for a second, and she flings out her hand again, dispelling whatever magic he was about to use to try to escape. As I, no, you are picked the wrong carriage, mon ami. Now, you will return the items that you have taken, and then I will let you blink out of here. And you see his hands kind of free a bit, and he kind of rummages around, and he drops this little silver baby's rattle, and then he drops the gold watch that the gentleman had obviously had. And then finally a piece of paper flutters down onto the table.
Gwyn grabs it and just clutches it.
Okay, and he goes, That's all I took. I was just having some fun. I was bored. The train pulled up. I thought this would be fun. I promise. That's it.
For
Is
your
that it?
sake,
Maybe we should turn him upside down and shake him just to be sure.
for your sake, I hope it is, because, a goblin got into our camp once. And then she's going to look at the elderly woman. It's like, oh, maybe I should not tell that story here. The quick version is the goblin was very unhappy for a very long time, and most of him got away. Most of
Sylvia,
him.
so I want you to. I know these aren't your stats, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. This is intimidation, so this is a charm-based roll. I know it's not your thing, but maybe you'll roll well.
Oh, maybe I will. I'm just making sure my
You
thing
should
is
get
actually
the bonus because she has a German accent.
Yes.
True.
everything sounds German, like
Everything sounds menacing, apparently, in a German
Yeah, it
accent.
That
does.
is true, yes.
Sylvia's actually a big softie. Like,
Well, roll for me anyway. We'll see how we get on here.
okay, so I rolled a 15. My charm is 1, so that's a 16.
Okay, so you can tell he's like, I have cousins who fought in the war. I didn't, but okay. That's everything. I promise. I give you my word. I know from my kin that doesn't necessarily mean much compared to other fae, but I genuinely, this is all I took.
Okay.
I didn't have time to take any more.
Lucky for you.
Fine.
The gods are kind today, it seems.
So Josephine, looking at you, Gwyn, to check, are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, I grabbed the letter and I'm weirdly clutching this piece of paper really tightly to my chest.
You can tell she pauses, checking for a moment you're okay, and seeing that you're upset.
Yeah, I'm calming down, very angry, but now calming. Yeah.
Okay, mon ami, you can go. And she doesn't release her grip, but he suddenly vanishes, literally disappears, and is gone.